Honolulu Tower with 0608, we're going to report to Delta for takeoff. We're at Delta, clear for takeoff, 750. Right, Madison Lake, traffic landing, traffic landing.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Honolulu. I hope everyone's doing well this Thursday morning. Got a nice surprise coming out here for our very first plane of the day, an Atlas Air Queen. Hope that's a sign of good things to come. This one's heading off to Tokyo. Oh no, there Atlas goes. Off to Tokyo. Morning, Brandon. Jonathan, good to see you. Andrew, little Momo, Adrian, good to see you all here.
50, contact departure, 119.1. Good day, Qantas 50.
Oh, right off the bat, Jonathan, thank you very much. Jonathan is gifted 1 reverse ops membership right away. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you. Looks like Barry Breen is the recipient of it, so please join me in thanking Jonathan. Good morning, Mark. So if you were here for yesterday's test stream, we did some testing yesterday. We're trying out, well, yesterday we tried internet and a new parking space. I didn't like that parking space. So we're trying this parking space, because even though the end of the runway is behind a fence, we can actually see it. So that's good. And right here, there are less. That's the truck I need right there. Look at that. That's the truck I need. Look at that. I wonder if that guy will sell me his truck. Yeah, I need that guy's truck. I wonder if I could fit one of those scissor lifts in the back of a K truck.
Heavy Honolulu Tower, right left, line up the wing, traffic, landing, traffic, Hawaiian 130 ahead.
Thanks again, Jonathan. Oh, good morning, Ron. Jen, good to see you.
Alpha, Sierra, taxi to Echo 1, and monitor ground on 1.9. Sierra, Echo 1, over ground, southwest. Heading 8 left clear for takeoff, Hawaiian 130 heavy. 8212 heavy, contact departure, 118.3. 823 John, 8212.
They're actually gonna. I think they're about to send a 330 out on 8 left over there. Haven't seen that in a while. Hello, H dot. A little stickiness on my tripod this morning. It's not quite awake today. So yeah, they are definitely sending a 330 out over here. Sorry, that's my hair. We'll see if we can get it. There it is. Look at that. The 330 out. Ooh. Okay. That's hitting something. That must be going inner island because they usually don't send 330s out on that runway. Oh, I think I butchered my truck cam. Hold on. I was wondering what I was hitting. Oh yeah, there we go. I butchered it. Hope I didn't break it. No. So as you can tell from this shot, it's a much nicer morning than it was yesterday. So like I said, yesterday we did a test stream of some equipment and a parking space. So we're still trying to work out the best parking space to be in because they are changing the height of the fence here in a very good, you can see it very well here. So this is the height of the old fence right here. This is the height of the old fence here, and you can see they're raising it quite a bit. So we're trying to figure out, I used to like to stream over in this corner here, but that is way too close to the fence, and everywhere I look is behind the fence. So we're trying a little further back to see if that helps, and it's helping a little bit. The unfortunate thing is we do have other stuff in front of us. But we'll adapt, we'll overcome. So I need to move that camera because if I'm going to keep doing it over my shoulder, that's not going to work. So let's put that somewhere else. Learned something yesterday. Always put the truck cam in last. That way, in case you have to move it, the cords aren't below everything. So actually, we did a lot of testing yesterday. A lot of things were tested. My new rain cover passed the test. My legs got a little wet, but the equipment didn't get wet. The parking space was kind of because this building here got in the way about halfway down the roll, and I didn't like that. It was annoying me the whole time we were out here. So that's why we moved a little bit further left. Southwest is coming in on the crossing runway. Still having little twinges in the tripod this morning. I don't know what's going on. So let's take you over to truck cam for a second. And we'll see if I can figure out the twinges. Oh, maybe that's it. Yeah, I think that was it. It's kind of stuck halfway between two settings. Must have hit it. Hi, let's see if that's any better. Hello, Robbie. Good to see you.
Cleared across runway 4 left and runway 8 left, and contact ground on the other side, southwest 684. Have a good one.
So, as some of you may have noticed by the thumbnail of today's show, and by the amount of visiting aircraft we've had the last couple of shows, is I've officially been able to confirm that it is Aloha, Century Aloha 2 for the year. It's a little odd because Century Aloha 2 was originally scheduled for June, but they pushed it up apparently. So I have a buddy, not a buddy, kind of a. Oh, I forgot to say hi. I forgot to say hi to my mods this morning in the group chat. I'm sorry. Anyway, I have a friend who works at a local news organization. He forwarded me the press release, so it's official. They put out a press release so we could say it. We're officially in Century Aloha 2, so it's supposed to run till the 17th. Hello, Arjun. Good to see you. Mully 5, is that Mully 5? Sean, good to see you all here. What that means is we might do a couple extra shows. Usually when they do an exercise, they'll go out almost every day. So we might be out here a bunch. We're already scheduled for Saturday and next Tuesday. There's a slight chance we might go tomorrow and Monday as well. I wouldn't expect any fighters on the Saturday show, but most definitely Monday I would expect some. So we'll see. I will definitely update everyone in the Instagram and community posts here on YouTube. Or you can just subscribe and hit that notification bell. Or wait, is it smash the notification bell? Am I supposed to tell you to smash? Or am I supposed to tell you to hit? I don't remember. Hit the like button, smash the notification? Or is it smash the like button, hit the notification? I don't remember. I'll have to go back and study my YouTube 101. So it is crazy how different it is today versus yesterday. Yesterday was off and on rain the whole show. Today it's sunshine, and it rained a little this morning. You could tell the streets are wet, but not too bad. So our next one coming in on the crossing one is a 717 coming in from Hilo. It's Hawaiian Flight 101. Hello, Christine. Thanks, Sean. It is above that little bump. Hello, Josh. How are you? We got the FAA vehicle. We went off-road, I think. Where's that? Yeah. He's back on the terra firma. He was off-roading for a minute. Alright, so we have a Aloha air cargo coming out. It's right there. It is heading off to Hilo. So yesterday, this right here was in the shot of the actual departure. So we moved over to the left to the other side of the aisle, so we would get it in the taxi, not the departure, which seems better in my opinion. So, alright, so apparently, if this shot is what I have to deal with, I don't have to move the camera up very much. I thought I was going to have to move the camera up like 4 feet. But it looks like I only have to figure out a way to move the camera up about a foot to get a better angle. So, that's good. Yeah. Alright, not the end of the world. I just wish they'd finish the fence. That way I would actually know what I have to do. Got so many things bookmarked of ideas that it's crazy. Navraj Ching, we are at the Reef runway. This runway we're watching right here is the Reef runway. This is 8 right here. So that is the Reef runway. If you're referring to when we do the water shows on the water, those shows are really only good in the middle of the day, because the heavies are starting to go out in the middle of the day and we catch the A380s. In the morning they're not as exciting. So I like to see the A380s leave from that position, so I can really only do it on a Saturday because I have to get to work. Hello, Straya Aviation, good to see you. Oh, Legalized Shemp is in the house, hello. Got all the cool cats here this morning.
There's for 8700, wind 0609, return 4 last.
So we do have a C17 that is lit up on the Hickam ramp. That's Manu 1-2. Hopefully that'll come out here soon. And then we have a couple of heavies lit up closer to the terminal, a Delta and a United. So those should come down here in the next few minutes. Yeah, now that from the water, it's kind of dicey right now because I like to do it when I know there's going to be 2 A380 departures over there, and right now they're only doing on the weekend. They're only doing 2 on Sunday, so it's hard for me to get over there on a Sunday. Because the sight of those A380s making that bank from basically underneath them is one of the best shots in aviation. I think the wingspan and the wing width is depth. What do you call that? Front to back side? I don't know. It's so impressive when they make that turn. Our good friend Zulu Romeo 8282 has been with a 321 member for 2 months. This is a great 2 months. Thanks for all the great streams, Patrick. Thank you, mods, for your hard work. Pop-Tart? Pop-Tart. I don't have a Pop-Tart today. Well, thank you very much, Zulu Romeo. I really appreciate you hanging out with us and being a channel member. It's very, very nice of you. I'm glad you're having a good time. Ah, we have a Rainbow Love sighting. I hope you're doing well, Rainbow Love. Man, I didn't bring a Pop-Tart today. I don't eat contrary to popular belief, I do not eat Pop-Tarts every day. Just most days. Mrs. Reverse Ops feeds me very well. She very healthily, stealthily healthily is what I like to say. Stealthily healthily. She makes these meals that taste really good, but they're like healthy, which is weird. So I do eat healthy most of the time, and my one indulgence. Okay, one of my indulgences are Pop-Tarts. Another one of my indulgences that I don't get to have as much because of where I live is Bluebell ice cream. Zip Air is coming in a minute. It's going to come in on the parallel runway. Before that, it'll be a Hawaiian coming in from Lehue. We'll try to catch both of those over the mountains. That'll look really nice over there. It's a really pretty day over there. But Bluebell ice cream from Texas. You can get it in a lot of places now, but Texas is where it started. My favorite ice cream, homemade vanilla. Jen, I hope so. I think she does. But I found out very recently from a couple channel members, I think, was it Jen who told me something? I think it was Jen, maybe Jen who told me, that you could get Bluebell ice cream on the base, on Hickam. So I can't go on Hickam and buy it. I don't. They don't let me. But a coworker of Mrs. Reverse Ops, her husband is retired Navy, so they were able to go on to get to the Hickam commissary, and they bought me some Bluebell homemade vanilla ice cream. So I had a big bowl of that last night. Thanks, Kelvin. Alright, so there's that 717, so we'll try to super zoom over there and get that. There it is. Hello, Kyle. Good to see you. We have a 737 on a 9-mile final for the runway in front of us, so we'll keep an eye on that.
November 3, Papa Foxtrot, contact departure. After departure, 3, Papa Foxtrot, after that.
Good morning, HNL Mike. I thought Hawaiian health food was just getting 1 scoop of rice with your hamburger steak. Getting the mini plate instead of the full. Alright, so Zip Air should be next. Then we should have that Aloha air cargo coming in about a minute before it looks like, on 4 right. So we'll get that right next to us. Oh, Jen, I thought it was, oh, bummer. You gotta make friends with someone who has kind of, I know it's using them, I know it sounds bad, but I do truly thank my wife's coworker, because it was so amazing last night. I was so happy. So I think we're going to take the Aloha air cargo first, because it's right here. Okay, it's not right there. It's right there. And we'll come back and we'll see if we can get Zippy also. Alright, so Delta is coming out of the trees right now, so we're going to get that here in a minute. I believe that's the one heading off to LA with the extra X. So we're going to pull off Aloha air cargo because I want to see if we can get Zippy real quick. There's Zippy real quick. Delta is over here somewhere. There's Delta. This is a 7.6. It's heading off to LA with the extra X. Oh, Mike, I wish I could try that. I'm allergic to coconut, so halpia is out. I cannot eat halpia. So that Delta should end up in jail over here behind the barbed wire. Hello, Ken. Good to see you. Fritz. So I might have told this story before, but I'll tell it again because I like to repeat myself. I'll tell it after Delta because Delta is on the move. Thanks, Robbie. I think I could hear it over my left shoulder. Oh, no, that's the Delta here. So I've never been a huge fan of coconut. Every once in a while, I will get the urge to have some coconut. And I'd have a Mounds bar or something, but that would only be like every couple of years. I didn't really eat it, but I really loved the Girl Scout cookies, the Samoas, whatever, the ones with coconut, the round ones with the hole in the center, the coconut ones. I really loved those, and I would eat way too many of those. Hello, Oliver. Welcome home. And every time I ate those, my throat got all itchy. Just kind of itchy. And I never really thought anything of it. I just thought, oh, well, that's the way it is. I told that to Mrs. Reverse Ops one day, and she looked at me and goes, you know, you can die from that. Your throat can swell up and you can die. And I, being the, you know, Mr. Know-It-All that I am, I said, ah, right, whatever. You're just trying to scare me to not eat cookies. And you're just trying to scare me to not eat cookies. And sorry, I'm trying to find the 747 up there. There it is. So I just thought she was trying to scare me not to eat cookies. The very next day at work, somebody had a birthday. And I took a big bite of what I thought was a white sheet cake. It turned out to be a halpia sheet cake. If you're not familiar, halpia is derived from coconut. and my throat started getting super itchy, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna die, and she's gonna look at me and tell me I told you so. So ever since then, I have not eaten coconut for fear of the I told you so moment. Hello, Wanderlust. Alright, so we have that United we were talking about a few minutes ago, heading off to SFO. It's a 777. It's coming down Juliet right now, so it'll be out here in just a second. We also have a Pilatus PC-12 heading in. I know several people really like those, so we'll try to get that. It's kind of tiny, so I don't see it yet. So now the only thing I use coconuts for is to make the sound of horses as I gallivant through the English countryside looking for a grail.
United 373 heavy, wind 0609, runway 8 right, clear for takeoff. 8 right.
Oh, there's the Pilatus. Doo-doo-doo. There it is. Ooh. Our triple threat lurking mod, Rainbow Love, has gifted 1 reverse ops membership. Thank you very much. Looks like Robert is the recipient of that, so please join me in thanking Rainbow Love. That's gonna go over here and end up in jail behind the barbed wire for a minute, and then we'll see its departure. It already has its clearance, so it should go pretty quickly. Ah, Larry, there you go. Larry knows what I'm talking about. Tell him we've already got one.
Good morning. That was dial up 37 Hawaiian, wind 0609, runway 8 left, clear to land, hold short runway 4 left for crossing traffic.
Fire truck, I had to take some Pepto just by reading that sentence. Oh, the fence people are here. What time is this? Oh, they got the new gate here. They're replacing the gate today, I guess. It's a lovely bit of shrubbery. We will cut down the mightiest tree in Hawaii with an ahi. So I was very fortunate to see Spamalot on Broadway. I saw it at the Schubert Theater in Manhattan. Oh, is this Moana here? I think this is Moana. This might be the Moana 2 livery.
Hawaiian 105, this is approach runway 4 right. Hawaiian 105, hello, tower remain 4 right, clear to land. Traffic in position on the Carlo runway, wind is 0609. 4 right, clear to land, Hawaiian 125.
So here's that queen we saw in the air a few minutes ago. So like technically it's still in the air, I guess, but we saw it overhead. So I was very fortunate several years ago, like 20 years ago, to see Spamalot on Broadway at the Schubert Theater in Manhattan. The only problem is I missed Tim Curry and David Hyde Pierce by like a week and a half. After I bought my tickets, they announced their last show. Hello, Ben. Good to see you. Kirsten's in the house. Hello, Kirsten. Oh yeah, I had a amazing time at the show. I'm a big fan of Tim Curry, so it would have been nice to see him, but I still have I have a shirt somewhere. I still have it because I keep everything. It says "I'm not dead yet" on the front. And it was a shirt I bought at the musical. It is an amazing day, Lance. Yesterday was very rainy and cloudy, and we were battling pretty good rain throughout the entire show yesterday. Today, not so much. It's been a very there it is. It's been a very pleasant morning. So the last one came in with no eyebrows. This one's got eyebrows.
Hey, your morning tower, Medevac 61 Golf November with visual 4 right. Approach 61 Golf November, Honolulu tower, traffic holding position, runway 8 left, runway 4 right, clear to land. Medevac 1 Golf November 4 right, clear to land. Line 142 Honolulu tower, runway 8 left, last runway, traffic center, runway 4 right, across Honolulu. 8 left, last runway, line 142.
So that one came in from Maui.
Bird 691 right to your express.
The one without the eyebrows and Moana on it also came in from Maui, back-to-back Maui flights. So let's see if we can figure out a Honu time. So it looks like the Honu is running super early today. That's nice. Should only get one of them today. It's going to be the orange one today. It is. It says it's a half an hour out, but it is still well past. Wow, it's still well past Kauai, so I have a hard time believing that. But it's scheduled for 7:55, and who am I to argue with computers? We also have a FedEx triple that's about as far out. We have another Atlas Queen that's coming in from DFW that is now passing over the Ko'olau Mountains behind me. So hopefully we can get that in the whatchamacallit, overhead in just a second. Oh, was Steve not playing nice? Oh, I'm sorry. Thanks, everybody. So, let's see. Too far over. Okay, that's too far over. There it is.
Back 1 Golf November, somebody at Echo or Papa, back to the front of his Charlie. Back 1 Golf November, right, Papa, back to the front of his Charlie.
Hello, Kurt. Good to see you.
Well, 246, I know you left the takeoff. You left the takeoff log,
So, speaking of Monty Python and spam, the original spam skit from the TV show, it's always annoyed me just a little bit that when they're reading through all the dishes that contain spam, and the guy says, "Well, I don't like spam." At the very end, the second or third dish that the lady reads off, the waitress lists off, does not have spam in it. So if you go back and watch that, like the second or third thing she says does not have spam. Everything else has spam. I believe that's Northern Air Cargo heading off 8 left into the sun. The Majuro flight lit up. Hopefully that'll come down here. Sometimes they send it off 8 left, but we'll keep an eye on that one. Kirsten, no, we're not shocked. Yesterday, I think the fighters went out yesterday about 9. So while there's no schedule, we're hoping they keep to the same relative time if they go out today. So about 9. Oh, really? I didn't know it was as popular over there, Kelvin. See, Black Cat, you never know what you're going to get on a reverse op stream. So here, you know, when you go to a normal grocery store or convenience store on the mainland, they have the high value items behind the counters, so you can't steal them. Here they put the spam behind the counter, so you can't steal it. Or they lock it up in these little plastic cubes. We'll work on that one, Kristen. We'll add it to the list. We're hovering right below the threshold to add another emoji. All right, I think I see that Atlas Air. Somewhere over here. So it's above that little bit of clouds. Oh, wait, there it is. That is still a long way away. That is actually over, almost over Kapolei. So that's almost 15 miles away there. Maybe close to 10. That's to guarantee that's 10 miles away. We do have a 717 on the crossing runway coming in from Kailua Kana, but we're going to hold on the Queen.
got kilo, you can fill up by kilo, short runway left. Okay, we'll make kilo and hold short of 4 left, Hawaiian 127. Yeah, 769 or 8 left. Say again? Up to 769 or 8 left. The 769 on the car cost to make carbon 747 on a mile final, 0607 runway 8 left, clear to land. Hold short runway 4 left, landing caravan. 8 left, third land, short at 4 left, now it's 769. So 769 Boeing 717 will hold in position of car prior to arrival. Roger. Honolulu Tower, Henley 681.
So sometimes when we get on a random subject like spam, I like to try to think back and see how the conversation progressed back to spam or whatever topic. I'm thinking, I was trying to think. We talked about Monty Python and Spamalot, and that came from using coconuts for horses, and that came from me being allergic to coconuts, and that came from Haupia ice cream, and then that came from me eating Bluebell ice cream. Yeah, Oliver, there's, I believe I'm off Memorial Day, I think, but I think there's a flyover on Memorial Day of Punch Bowl, so we'll have to see about that. Alright, next one coming in is a Southwest. It's coming in from Kailua Kona. It's over on the other side though, so we'll try to flip over there and see what we can do about that. There it is. It's weird, Hi. Teach the children well, Jen. We'll see you later.
Continue holding a position, traffic will land, but crossing the runway, traffic will cross Honolulu. 126, contact spot. Yeah, Hawaiian 156. 681 long, landing approved, expect to exit after again. Long landing approval, expect the end, 681.
This is almost a shark fin.
Southwest 769, take 8. So 6. So 769 for the front, Yankee, back to the Echo 6 via Yankee, Zulu,
I think they're going to send that Mesero flight out on 8 left, so we'll do what we can to get it over my shoulder.
Runway 4 left, clear for takeoff. At a 154 Honolulu Tower, runway 8 left, line up and wait, traffic departing runway 4 left.
Yeah, they're going to send it out 8 left.
681 to left at the end, hold short, runway 4 left, departing traffic. Left at the end, hold short, 4 left for departing traffic, 681.
So both, there should be, I see two Atlas Airs 747s that are supposed to leave at 9:30. And then there's also one UPS 747 that's supposed to leave a few minutes before 9. So that's good. I don't see a second one coming in. There is one coming in after 1 o'clock, though. Yeah, I have a Cessna Sky Courier coming into 4 right. We are about to get that United departure off the other runway, so let's see what we can do about that. Stay away from my hair. It's going to come up over here somewhere. Right. Oh, there it is. It's way late. There it is. Way heavy. Yeah, that was way heavy. I forgot about that. That would have been a neat one to be on the other end for. That would have been right over your head. Let's flip around and see if we can get that Sky Courier. Black Cat, I think, my guess it was just a refill. It wasn't here that long. So, in fact, it left a little later than scheduled. So it was here. I don't think it was here long enough to do any serious unloading. It did go over to the cargo ramp that was over by where Aloha Air Cargo is and where Northern Air Cargo is. I couldn't get a good look at what they were doing, but my guess it was just here on a gas and go. A couple days later, that same Antonov ended up showing up in Wellington Flight's live stream. He got a really nice video of it arriving in the dark. Hello, Sydney.
Boeing 737 departed 3 minutes ago, wind 050 at 6, runway 8 left at Echo, clear for takeoff.
I got a FedEx over my left shoulder now. It's a 777. We have a bread box taking the long way around. I wonder if that's going to come all the way out here. So let's see if we can get the... Oh, there's no clouds in the sky. It's really hard. Yeah. I don't see it up there. Yeah, I don't see it up there. The lack of clouds make it very hard to find it. I know that sounds counterintuitive, that you would think it'd be easier to see if there's no clouds in the sky. But the clouds actually give me something to say, oh, it's near this, or oh, it's about to cross next to that. So it makes it a little easier to find it in the sky. If you can look over and say, oh yeah, it's about to cross past that cloud that looks like an elephant, or you know, the cloud that looks like a monkey playing football, things like that. Ha! Alright, so we have a Transair short coming down Juliet. Let's see if we can figure out where that is. Nice and tiny over there. There it is. Yes, they are, Brandon. Let's wait over here in the airplane jail. I'm just an old man yelling at clouds. It's on the roll. These shorts are really quick. You got to keep an eye on them. FedEx looks like it's next or second on the, yeah, it's next on the parallel runway. It just disappeared off my flight radar for some reason. I think I see it. Oh, there it is. So we're gonna have FedEx triple, and then should be right behind it. We should have the ANA A380. I think I can see that triple now. Let's see if we can. Kind. I don't know if you call it working.
Oh, you're just kind of having fun.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not getting paid.
Now, just do this for enjoyment.
Oh, nice. So what do you do? What are you doing?
I'm live streaming all the planes going in and out. So there's a lot of people who like to come to the airport to watch planes, but either they can't or they want to see a different airport. So I live stream it on YouTube.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So do it a couple times a week in the morning.
And then if you live stream on YouTube, then you kind of get paid maybe if they... You get royalties?
Yeah, I get a little bit. They run ads. You run ads during the broadcast while you're getting ad content, and then I get a little tiny percentage of that.
You have to apply for it or something?
You have to meet certain requirements. When you start your channel, you have to have so many subscribers, so much watch time before they let you get any money. Yep. So that was a FedEx triple coming in from, I believe, Memphis. Yeah, Memphis. Next is the A380 coming in from Tokyo. It's the orange one this morning. If you've never seen one, this is, they call them the Flying Honu because they have a Honu livery, or a sea turtle livery. There's three of them. This one's the orange one. There's a blue one and a sea green one. So I think I actually see it. Let's see if we can flip around to the super zoom. And it's over. It's over the palm trees. There it is.
Oh, we got a back taxi. 40 cross runway 4 right at Delta, runway 4 left back taxi, line up and wait, traffic will cross, not to traffic line runway left. Cross 4 right, 4 left,
Oh, thanks, John.
Aloha to the 3009er. Outside Aloha, have a nice day. The 1-2 heavy Honolulu Tower, runway 8 right, taxi Alpha hold short, runway 8 left, landing traffic. Please. Wind 050 at Niner. Thank you. Big 1413 heavy. Traffic is holding in position. Cross runway 4 left at Delta. Hold short of runway 4 right to beyond runway 4 left. And traffic is landing 4 right. Okay. Cross runway 4 left at Delta. Hold short of runway 4 right at Delta. Understanding that traffic is going to hold in position. One big 400 car crossway curve is super short. Final traffic holding position on the crossing runway. Runway left, circle left. 158 hollow car cross runway left at Julia, taxi runway right. Crossing left Julia, stay straight line. The 1-2 heavy cross runway left at Alpha. The follow the 717 off your left on Julia, runway right.
Our good friend Mod and Bird Expert has gifted 1 reverse ops membership. Thank you very much, Sydney at 34 left. Looks like Frank is the recipient of that, so please join me in thanking Sydney.
Good morning. Proceed on to runway 8 right, barriers coming up. Started now right there. 408, wind 060 at 7, runway 4 left, surface takeoff. 4 left, surface takeoff, come on, 48. Great, increase up.
I'd also like to thank our good friend H. Dot. H. Dot has gifted a reverse ops membership. Thank you very much. Looks like Brian S. is the recipient of that, so please join me in thanking H. Dot for his support. Now the new members today can go back and watch yesterday's stream. Yesterday's stream was a members only stream. Did a little testing and plane spotting. Saw some very rainy departures and some very rainy fighter departures yesterday. So I'm going to go back and check out that stream. Hello, David. Good to see you. Our good friend David Zeisting has gifted 5 reverse ops memberships. Thank you very much. Looks like JetBlue, Genesis, Scottish, Sorosa, and Giant. Oh, sorry, Grant. Oops. Are the recipients of that, so please join me in thanking David. Alright, we have a 717 out there. And then we also have this C17 out there. The 717 is heading off to Kailua Kona. I don't know where the C17 is going. Yeah, Ken, it was kind of a pop-up deal. It was I didn't expect to do it until right about the time we did it. So it wasn't posted that much longer, that much further out than the show actually started. So we had some testing to do for some internet. So thanks again, David. The next one coming in is a Hawaiian. It's coming in from Maui. We have two Hawaiians making their way down the the taxiway now. The first one's heading off to Maui. The second one is a 330 heading off to Vegas. That's Hawaiian Flight 6. The orange one? Oh, that's a C17. It's a C17.
Oh, is that military?
Yeah, it's a Hawaii Air Guard cargo plane. I don't know everything, but I try to know as much as I can. Good morning, Colin. Good to see you.
runway 8 left at Julia, taxi to 8 right, Southwest 9.
This one's coming in from Hilo. Hello, Sherry. Good to see you. I amused myself. So I have a external monitor for the encoder, so I can see a split view. But I have the wrong cord for power, so I don't have it powered up today. I did some rearranging yesterday, and I looked at it and realized it was black and freaked out for a second. Can you guys hear the controller every time he says departure? He's making me laugh. He does it. He's doing it in a very Boston-like accent. Oh, thanks, Silly Sue. That's very kind of you to say. Welcome.
065 jump off approach. Negative.
Wow, Kirsten, that's a lot. Usually on a Saturday we'll average probably 20 out here, 25 maybe. Weekdays like this, there's usually only a couple because kids are at school and people are at work. But there are at least two, three, I think 4 out here besides me today.
Continue holding your position as the caravan is departing from 4 southeast. Tropical departing parallel.
This United is heading off to LA with the Extra X. There's a Southwest behind it that's going off to Maui.
To maintain visual separation with the caravan, keep off your left side. 1060 runway 8 left, full length, clear for takeoff. Grade 12, Floor 717, departing runway left. As you inside, maintaining visual separation. Contact departure on 119.1. Departure 9.1, we'll watch for that traffic going by or very close.
Oh, we got two people from South Africa in the thing. You guys are very, very long way away from here. Welcome, both of you. I know Sherry's a bit of a regular, but it's good to have Silly Sue here.
Okay, cross 4 right, 4 left at Delta, and Bravo Juliet says 848 for 835 coming here. At 162, contact deposit, good morning. Look at deposit, good morning, Hawaiian 162. At 421, 1050 at 7, runway 8 right,
Alright, 8 right, clear for takeoff. That's good. Now we have the first of two DHL 777s about 15 minutes out. That's a DHL Singapore. Heavy on the zoom button there, sorry. Not yet, John, but we're holding out hope. Yesterday they went out very close to 9 o'clock. So there's no schedule for fighters, but there is patterns for fighters. They do follow a pattern. So we'll see if they go out about 9 o'clock today. So that's about 45 minutes. We have about an hour and a half-ish left in the show. So we still got plenty of time. We just need them to come out. I try not to put a fighter in the thumbnail unless I'm at least 50% sure we're going to get a fighter, so. Like I said, there is no schedule that they publish for fighters, but they do kind of follow a pattern. So sometimes it's a little easier to guess the pattern. Sometimes you're wrong, but I try not to put a fighter in the thumbnail unless I'm at least 50% sure we're gonna get one, because I don't want to get people's hopes up. But I'm more than 50% sure we're gonna get one today, because we're in the middle of Century Aloha, which is a joint exercise. So right now they have visiting F-15s in. So those have gone during the show Tuesday, during our stream yesterday, and hopefully today. Usually during Century Aloha they fly almost every day. They take the weekends off, but they fly most of the weekdays that they have scheduled. So that in the distance, let's see. Let's flip over. What camera are we on? We're on the main camera. Okay. So this here is the start of what's called the Waianae range of mountains. So that is the west side of the island. So the Waianae range runs from Kapolei all the way up to Kaina Point along the entire west coast of the island. The highest point on Oahu is in that range, Mount Kahala. I believe it's 4,400 feet, but someone will probably correct me at that. It's not super tall, but it is tall. It is pretty tall. So it goes, I think it goes sea level to 4,400 feet in about a mile and a half. So it goes pretty straight up on that side. I used to live on that mountain, not all the way at the top, but I used to live over here somewhere. Let's see. Let's go a little wider. I used to live right in there. Right about there. Those in the distance there, those houses on the mountain. I used to live over there. Had an amazing view. See this whole side of the island looking back this way. It was amazing. What got me to move out of it's called Makakilo is the town over there, where I used to live. What got me to move was just the traffic. I got a job. I went from a job where I worked out of my house to a job where I worked in Honolulu. So the drive from over there to Honolulu on a day with zero traffic is at least 45 minutes. And then with traffic, it's well over an hour. So I just couldn't do the traffic anymore. So we bought a house on this side of the H1, H2 merge, which doesn't mean anything to most of you, but it's where two major highways come together, the one coming from the North Shore and the one coming from the west. It's where they merge together. So you ideally want to be on this side of that to avoid a lot of traffic. So we moved. So now instead of my commute being well over an hour, it's about 17 minutes, which is just close enough where someone else gets called if the crap hits the fan at work. So that range goes all the way to the North Shore kind of point. There's a really nice hike up there if you do it in the morning. Don't do it in the middle of the day, it's very hot. But there's a hike out. You can actually go from either side. You can go up the west side and do the hike, or you can go up the North Shore and go out that way and do the hike. It takes you to kind of point. It's a bird sanctuary out there. You see a lot of albatross, and you'll usually see some seals. So nice, flat, easy hike. You can bike it for most of the way. Some people have a permit to do off-roading out there. That plane is right behind the pole. Look at that. Oh, thanks, Kelvin. There is a point that they say, I've never been up there, but there's a point on that range of mountain over there where they say you can see all 8 of the Hawaiian Islands, all 8 of the main Hawaiian Islands. Now I know what you're saying, Patrick. You're telling a tall story. There's no way you can see all 8 Hawaiian Islands from up there. But I am 100% positive that you can. I've never seen all 8 Hawaiian Islands from up there, but I've seen 7 of them from up there. So I know for a fact that you can see all 8 from up there. So I've seen 7 of them from up there. So from, like I said, my old house had a really killer view back this direction where you could see all of the southern shore of Oahu, and then you could see past Oahu that direction. So from my house one day, it was so clear, so amazingly clear, that I could see all the Hawaiian Islands east of us. So I could see Molokai, I could see Maui, I could see Lanai. I think I saw Ko'olawe, but Ko'olawe is kind of tucked behind underneath Maui, so it's really hard to tell. So I might not have seen Ko'olawe, but I did see the peaks of the Big Island, the peak of Lanai, all of Molokai, and then the peak of Haleakala. You could see them clear as day. It was amazing. The only reason I couldn't see Kauai is because Kauai's the other direction and my balcony didn't face that direction. So, but so here we have the Hawaiian Dreamliner. This is, let's see which number this is. I got a glare on my screen. So this is, oh, this is the 3rd Hawaiian Dreamliner that was delivered. Why is that a little fuzzy? Let's see what's wrong with my focus. Excuse me for a second. It's on autofocus. I wonder if it's focusing on the fence. Anyway, that is the 3rd Hawaiian Dreamliner. Just heading off to LA with the extra. It's Hawaiian Flight 10. Behind it we have a 321 heading off to Seattle. And then we have a Southwest heading off to San Jose. And then we'll have Jetstar heading off to Sydney behind that one. Hello, Eham. Good to see you. Hawaiian Sea. Ooh, I'm missing the Dreamliner. Uh-oh. Wow, interesting. That's really cool, Legal Eye Shemp. I would have liked to see that.
visual 48.
145 Military Heavy 777, 8 mile final switch on through runway, wind 050 at E, runway 4 right, clear to land, hold short of runway 8 left.
4 right, clear to land, hold short, east left, line 145.
Line 145, capital, hold position, parallel runway.
Roger.
Line 670, wind 050 at 7, runway 8 right,
Huh?
clear for takeoff. Southwest 2078.
I need about another foot because they finished it over here and I'm still seeing through the bob wire. So I'm assuming once it gets over here, it'll be bob wire. So I need about another foot.
Transfer 5 to my echo, contact ground point 9. November 172, Charlie, November, with charge. Line 670, contact departure.
Yeah, line 670.
Oh, that might be the Singapore. So let's see if we can see the Singapore come in before the Hawaiian, or sorry, Jetstar. Yeah, that's the Singapore. This is a Singapore 777. It's co-branded with DHL, so it's operated by Singapore Airlines, but it's delivering packages for DHL. Oh, thanks, Eham. Four days, Kirsten?
2078, runway 8 right, clear for takeoff, wind 050 at 10.
Away right, come take off, Southwest 20.
My job gives me Easter Sunday off.
Star 4 heavy, runway 8
Of course, I'm
right,
normally
runway
off on Sundays, so it really doesn't mean anything.
My type off, give way to all aircraft, hold vertical runway.
Alright, so Jetstar is next. Oh, no. My bad. Southwest is next. Oh, you're quite welcome, Ben. Thanks for being here.
Line 145, turn left kilo, hold clear to runway 8 left.
Left kilo, short 8 left to line 145.
Singapore 7413 heavy, turn left, Yankee or Hotel. Jetstar 4 heavy, runway 8 right, clear for takeoff. Line 145, cross runway 4 left and 8 left, at kilo, traffic holding position on runway 4 left, contact ground point 9.
Press 4 left, 8 left, and on kilo, contact ground line 1.
Line 178, turn runway 8 left, line of void.
Line of runway 8 left, line 158.
Helicopter 66 Foxtrot, contact departure. Departure, helicopter 66 Foxtrot. Southwest 2078, contact departure.
For departure, Southwest 2078, usual.
heading 155, contact departure.
Just on 1 head, get it.
Island 63, wind 06, you're at 10 runway 8 left, clear for takeoff. November 2, Charlie, November, runway 4 left, line up light, traffic departing runway 8 left, convoy turbines to Boeing 717.
4 left, line up to wait. The hot 112, Charlie November.
Charlie, November, convoy turbines to the departed Boeing 717, wind 06, you're at 9 runway 4 left, clear for takeoff.
4 left, and takeoff.
It's still there.
Runway 673, holding tower, wind 060 at 9er, change to runway 4 left, clear to land, long landing first. Change to 4 left, clear to land, long landing first. Island 63, contact departure.
Alright, I am going to step off the truck just for half a second to get a drink of water. I'll be right back. I will make sure I don't miss anything. There's nothing coming in right this second. Okay, I've heard Hoku,
Oahu 65 heavy,
at least 2.
left at Alpha.
So I should be getting 2 tankers.
Blue 36, south runway left to the tower, 4 south Foxtrot, landing south ramp vector on red,
Should be a lot of stuff. Sounds like there's a lot of stuff heading this way. I don't see anything on the radar, but it sounds like there's a lot of stuff heading this way. Oh. I should check the chat. You guys are way ahead of me. So I thought I heard at least 2 Hokus, which should be 2 tankers. Oh, there's the first one right there. Not tanker.
Wind 060 at 9 runway, left vector, Rangers 31, verify the lead aircraft, walking 13661.
Southwest 1285, we're right base, visual eastbound.
Southwest 1285,
So I see 1, 2, 3, 4 F-15s going out first.
South 8 west of the tower, west of Foxtrot, south ramp, helicopter 11580.
You get those brooms out of the way. That's really annoying.
Traffic 5 mile final to the crossing and your runway.
Sorry, clear for takeoff. 205 Mike Mike. That's not Rainbow 12 is right with Alpha.
Rainbow 12, Homeland Tower hold.
Alright, so after these 4, I do see a tanker. Yeah, I see a couple of tankers next.
Rainbow 12, traffic helicopter over just off the left to the tower for south ramp, landing departing south ramp at John Rest to make clear ball runways 106 at 10.
Okay, listen to traffic, south ramp on red, clear all runway, Rainbow 12.
Helicopter 5 Easter, traffic Rainbow helicopter departing for the shoreline.
Looking for traffic, 71580.
Runway 658, Cosmic Service. Will be a flight of 4 Raptors departing runway 8 right in about a minute. They'll be off the right side. Contact the first.
They're not Raptors, ATC. The ATC just called them Raptors.
37-1, Homeland Tower, runway 8 right, taxi is Juliet. Racer 31, runway 8 right, line of way, traffic landing runway 4 right.
No, these are not the X. Reverse ops. OPS. Reverse ops.
Doing maneuvers just over Stand Island or inland at 7500. Traffic is a low-level helicopter also southeast bound along the shoreline. Area indicates that. Turn right, heading 155 as soon as practical.
There's 4 F-15s about to go out if you're watching. They're about to leave right now.
Which one is that?
The F-15 fighters, they're at the end of the runway right now.
Oh, they always does that. Every
No, these are the F-15s. These aren't ones from here.
Oh, really?
The F-22s are the ones that are here.
Oh, what is the difference with the F-15 and?
It's just a different type of fighter.
Oh,
Yeah, so here it goes.
just now?
It's leaving. It's started to roll.
Rainbow 12, Conway 2 runs there's a 4, flight of 4 F-15s departing runway 8 right.
I got a traffic is there on the 12.
Rainbow 12, this is separation, contact with
Is it right on the bus?
I think I finally got a good shot of that last one. I apologize for your speakers. That was my sound meter on my monitor was peaked at red when that left. Alright, so the next should be the two tankers.
65 heavy traffic arriving across your runway, runway 8 right, line of way. Flight 51 Homatar, runway 8 right, taxi, Juliet, verify your number is flight.
Oh, sorry about listening to me drink there. I apologize.
Southwest 1934, Hawaiian Tower, wind 060 at 13, Boeing 737, 4 mile final to the cross your runway, traffic holding position, cross your runway, runway 8 left, clear to land, hold clear to runway 4 left.
Clear to 8 left, short 4 left, after.
And he's 241 Hawaiian Tower, runway 8 right, taxi to Juliet.
Alright, so there's a plane coming in on the cross synchronized. The next tanker is waiting for it, so we'll take it real quick. That's a Aloha air cargo.
Southwest 2057, turn left here, contact ground point 9 with your gate number. Oahu 65 heavy, wind 060 at 11.14, runway.
I will see you later, Keith. Oh, hello, Corey. Good to see you in the chat.
Runway 8 right, taxi via Juliet, and I see your flight at 2. Hello, Tower, Hawaiian 165, and visual at 8,000. My 164, Hawaiian Tower, stop holding position, cross your runway, wind Florida Delta, back 24 left, full length line of away, top 210.
Alright,
Wait,
so
51, hold it for,
I see fighters now, more fighters.
Roger, and did you have a question?
These are F-22s here.
You'll be in sequence today. 0365 heavy, contact departure.
I didn't get a count. I think one snuck behind the building while I wasn't looking, but so there's at least 3 that I saw. Not sure if it's 4 or not.
Engineer 8, cross runway forward at Spears. Roger, tower, engineer 8, tower 3 Lima Lima, contact departure.
Departure 3 Lima Lima.
37-1, 185,000 for traffic. Fly heading 140, 140, barrier indicates up, runway 8 right, clear for takeoff, change to departure. Now you can go into your 8 on the runway 4 right, out of the
Aye, so there's even more coming out. I see another one just came out of the trees.
Southwest 1934, turn left here, contact 1.9.
So I see at least 4 now. There's another, I think it's another F-15 coming now. Yeah, this is another F-15. So this will make 5 F-15s.
Japan 784, Late 5-1, barrier indicates up, unable 16,000, automating 5,000, fly heading 1.
Alright, so these should be just 5,000 foot departures.
Flight, runway 8 right, line of way, unable handstand for traffic, and on departure, fly heading 140. Flight 511. South.
There's a couple over here, and there's still more over here. 2 there. Yeah.
841, continue holding in position. Traffic departing across your runway, and traffic will arrive across your runway.
Alright, so they're gonna hold this one for a second. All kinds of traffic in the area. Northern Air Cargo coming into this runway.
Stand by. November 739 Hotel Papa Holland Tower, cross runway forward at Delta, back taxi, runway 4 left, full length, line of way, traffic 4 mile, final for runway 4 right.
739 Hotel Papa, that's the taxi back.
Oh, number 739 Hotel Papa, roger. They said 180 there. If you have to cross the whole sign quickly, that's fine. Traffic's on a 3.5 mile final, and then taxi to Park in Charlotte.
So we'll make a 180 on Delta.
Taxi 210, fly heading 130, causeway turn to flight 2 Raptors will depart runway 8 right shortly off the right side. Contact departure. Heading 130, Qantas Flight 210. Tower 9 Hotel Papa, monitor ground point 9.
Monitor ground, 9 Hotel Papa.
And Mike Thai 11, I completely missed your request again. Mike Thai 11, roger, copy. 188, Hawaiian Tower, cross runway 8 left at Juliet.
Cross 8 left, Juliet, Hawaiian 188. Tower swing 83, hot box shot, runway 4 right, tower nav Yankees.
Tower 83, Papa Fox at Hawaiian Tower, runway 4 right, clear to land.
4 right, clear to land, 83, hot box shot.
Japan Air 784 heavy, hold clear to runway 4 left.
Hold, close to Florida, Japan Air 784.
Japan Air 784 heavy, where are you parking?
Focus to 1.
Japan Air 784 heavy, turn left Yankee, contact ground point 9er.
Southwest to Yankee 1219, Japan Air 784.
841, you can fly heading 155 now. Spirit indicates up, maintain 5000, runway 8 right, clear for takeoff, change to departure.
Aloha 227.
Aloha 227, turn left, echo, cross runway 4 left, and left, and contact
He went long and up. Okay. To note that for further shows. Alright, we'll have to keep that in mind for further shows. This fence is really not making things fun. Well, it's still fun, I guess. So actually, Legalized Shemp, I did. A friend of mine works at one of the local news stations, and he forwarded me the press release. So it actually is. They are calling it Aloha Century. So the press release and the news stories were correct. So I got the press release last night. So it's going to go through the 17th, which is the only thing is they actually published a schedule on the Hawaii Air Guard site that said Aloha Century 2 wasn't supposed to be till June, which is kind of where the confusion came from. But in the press release, they did call it Century Aloha.
Japan Air 74 heavy, reduce your final purchase.
I lost count of how many that was. Yeah. Six F-22s, thank you. Yeah, that's what I thought too, Legalized Shemp. That's why I was mentioning in the stream yesterday that I was very confused as to why it was the news had it as Century Aloha. It was, but that's what the press release says, so I'm gonna go with that.
Helicopter just joining the shoreline from the south ramp, wind 050 just on 4, runway 8 right, clear for takeoff.
The traffic, 8 right, clear for takeoff, point 1.
Alright, 3 pops up Foxtrot.
Alright, so next one out is a 717 that is heading off to Kailua Kona. There is a Japan Airlines coming in from Tokyo Haneda that is out over here somewhere, so we're going to try to get it first.
Runway 8 left, clear to land, hold, clear to runway 4 left for crossing traffic.
Good landing, left, hold short, 4 left, line 130.
Oops, a little too fast there.
137 heavy, I missed it. Hold clear to runway 4 left.
Good landing, left, hold short, 4 left, line 137.
Southwest 2214, runway 8 right, line of way.
Halfway there, Southwest 2214.
So, Carrie and Legalized Chef, where I was confused was the Hawaii Air Guard puts out a quarterly, I think it's a quarterly magazine, and they publish a PDF version on their website. So you get a lot of interesting information from that. And that magazine listed Aloha, Century Aloha 2, 25-2 as being in June, which is where I was initially confused, because 24-2 was also in June. So that's why I was confused as to why this would be called Century Aloha. But according to some very, according to a general who put out a press release, this is Century Aloha. Ah, Pittsburgh Dawn is here. Hello. So the next one out is another 717. It's heading off to Lehue. It is tucked behind that building still. We'll come around the corner in just a second. We have a Hawaiian coming in on the parallel runway, which is coming in from Kailua Kona. So this is another one of those big planes on a short route that Hawaiian's doing lately. There we go. Century Aloha 1.5. There we go. So this right here is a Hawaiian 330, but it is coming in from Kailua Kona. So the story I heard is they have a couple of the 717s in for maintenance right now. So they're filling out some of these inter-island flights, or combining some of the inter-island flights into one wide-body flight.
Or 3 Papa Foxtrot, cross runway forward at Delta and contact ground point 96.
Forward to Delta, ground on the other side, 3 Papa Foxtrot.
Route 53 traffic, 1717, midfield on runway 8 right.
Traffic is flight maintained at this operation cost us to rest Blue 3.
Route 53 approved, contact departure 6.
Departure, Blue 3.
So I'd like to thank our good friend and 787 level member Ken. Ken Smith has gifted 5 reverse ops memberships. Thank you for all the tremendous support over the year or so, Ken. I appreciate it. Looks like Mother of Dragons, Mike and Tabitha, Naveen, Scotty, and Joanne are all the recipients of those memberships. So please join me in thanking Ken.
Hawaiian 137 heavies, turn left Delta, contact ground point 9.
Left Delta, ground point 9, Hawaiian 137.
Alright, so the next one coming out here is another 717. It's heading off to Hilo. We'll be out here in just a minute. It's still on Juliet right now. Our second DHL Singapore airline 777 is going to slide in just before overtime, 9:30. So that's about 23 minutes out. All the other planes from Asia seem to be.
Raptor inbound to the overhead on runway 8 left. Change to runway 4 left, runway 4 left, clear to land, hold.
Alright, well, so we have a Raptor coming. Let me see if I can find that in the sky. We have a Raptor coming in for 8 left on the overhead. I don't see it yet, but I will try to find it. But thanks again, Ken. That's the problem with Raptors, is they're nice and tiny and stealthy. So it's somewhere over there. Might be further out than I thought. I don't see anything yet. ATC announced they changed someone's runway because they had a Raptor coming in. So, oh, there it is. Oh, this is not a Raptor. She called it a Raptor, but it's not a Raptor. This is an F-15 coming in. Almost lost it there.
Southwest 2032, Holly Tower, wind surf, Victor at 10, gust 14, caravan 2 mile right base to the crossing runway, runway 8 left, clear to land, hold clear to runway 4 left.
So what he's doing is called an overhead brake maneuver. So they come in kind of high, about 1,000 feet, and then they'll circle the airfield, and then come in on the same direction that they originally started. And that's for two reasons. Most importantly is in a combat situation, they can look at the runway before they land on the runway. And and for here, it's they do it for noise abatement, so it puts them higher over the neighborhoods around here, so there's less noise. So they don't always do that, but a good majority of the time they do that. Back, 3 years ago now? I think it was 3 years ago now, when 8 left was closed. The runway 8 left that he just came in on was closed for a while. And so when the F-22s left, they would leave on 8 right, but they'd come in on 4 right. So they would do the overhead brake right over our heads. That was really spectacular. I have not seen that yet, Adidas. So we had a couple of the 22s did earlier this week, but I haven't seen any of the F-15s do it. I had yesterday I had the rain cover up because it was raining really hard for parts of the show. So the other good thing besides keeping me dry that the rain cover does is it stops the glare on all my monitors. So right now I have a huge glare on all my monitors. Alright, so the next one coming in on Next one coming in right here is a
34 miles final.
Cessna Sky Courier doing a very aggressive bank here. Where are you at? Holy cow. Did a very aggressive bank. That's not how you treat people paying $5,000 a night for a hotel room. Oh no, this is Kamaka Air. Never mind. Never mind, that's just packages. Alright, so let's go Hawaiian over here.
Kamaka 408 from right Echo, contact ground point center.
Right Echo, contact ground, 140. Honolulu Tower on the 3033 heavy destination hotel coming out of Hickam Rim at Alpha 3.
On the 3033 heavy, home ground, Honolulu Tower, runway 8 right, taxi, turn right on Alpha, at Alpha, we'll put a runway 8 left.
Oop, sorry about that. The ever elusive 330. That one will not make the highlight reel that I'm going to send to, that I'm making for Sydney. So, you said Aussie 330 is moving? I thought I just heard Omni Air as well. Yeah. Okay, Omni Air is coming this way. I don't see the Aussie 330, but I do see Omni Air. It's it'll be heading this direction. It will be departing on 8 right. It is a 777. Hello, Ms. Wolves. Hope you're well. Reminds me of a Bob Marley song. Every little thing is gonna be mediocre. Alright, so that Omni is now crossing 8 left. We'll be over here in just a minute. next arrival on this runway is being finicky. That's weird. My flight radar just decided to take a dump. Oh, that's not the one I wanted. Yeah. Alright, so that Singapore is south of us somewhere. Let's see. I do not see it up there. Yeah. Oh, now we're down to one bird. One bird. I do not see that Singapore. It must be, there's like two clouds over there, and it's got to be behind one of them. Ah, there it is. Of course, now I can't see my monitor. Oh, now it's gone behind another cloud. Okay. I'm just destined not to see that. It should be coming out of this cloud any second. Come on, little Singapore. Come on, little Singapore. Nope. It got lost in the cloud. Alright. We'll see that when it gets on the downwind, off the downwind. We'll see it come in the other side. Right there with you, JB. A little from column A, a little from column B. So if you're, notice we had a lot of new people in the chat. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Patrick. The channel is Reverse Ops. We're an aviation and fence building channel based out of Honolulu, Hawaii. Our home airport is Daniel K. Inouye International Airport. That's where we're at right now. The reason we've had so many military aircraft today because it shares its runway with the neighboring Air Force Base, Hickam Air Force Base. It's just on the west side of the airport. Both of those are located about 3 or 4 miles west of downtown Honolulu, on the south shore of the island of Oahu, on the eastern end of the Hawaii archipelago. somewhere in the vast center of the Pacific Ocean, about 6 hours from anywhere. We do 3 shows a week here, usually Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. We did an extra show yesterday. We might do an extra show tomorrow. Stay tuned, depending on the weather. And then we're definitely going to do an extra show Monday. So I'm really going to make my mods mad at me by adding all these extra shows. But we're going to do a show Monday and then see where we're at. All right. Thanks, everybody. So this the fence that's getting in our way here is new. They're raising the fence everywhere from 6 to 8 feet. I think their interpretation of 8 feet needs to be. I think the ruler might be broken. But we're trying to figure it out, trying to figure out the best place and what we need to do once the fence is completely finished. So it's looking like if I go up another foot somehow, we'll be okay. Seems like only the planes that are super heavy are being blocked by this fence here. And if we get another foot up, we might be able to clear that other fence over there. So, not panicking yet. Panic will ensue once they finish the fence. Alright, so the next one out on the Reef runway is a 717 heading off to Oahu. We also have that DHL 777 Singapore that we were trying to find in the air. On the final for 8 left, so we'll take this one and then we'll go to that one. I thought it was Dr. Pepper, Bill. Why am I getting a coffee bill? I thought it was Dr. Pepper. Alright, this is a Singapore operated DHL co-branded plane. So it's operated by Singapore, delivering packages for DHL. We get 2 of these a day. The first one came in about an hour ago. So the ground crew here actually works for Singapore Airlines. So we actually have some Singapore airline employees here at the airport. And I was talking to the crew chief of them a couple of weeks ago, or a couple months ago now, and he was saying we had a Singapore A350 on the way to Los Angeles divert here, and he said he worked these 2 planes that came in, got home, and then his boss's boss called him and said, hey, we got another one diverting in, you need to come back. And he had to meet the he had to meet the A350 when it got here because it was a Singapore. So interesting.
Hawaiian heavy on time, constantly service heavy 777 landing roll, wind 05011, gust 15.
Ah, okay, there we go.
4 left landing traffic, 5 mile final crossing.
The time, see, all my caffeine is pretty much the same thing. I don't have a morning caffeine and an evening caffeine. I have a one caffeine. SkyWest Patrick, I'm in mulling over ideas. I don't have a picture handy, but so the way I have my truck, I have a rack in the back of the truck, and then the camera mounts are mounted to the rack, a case that has the encoder and the mixer and the computer in it is mounted to the rack, and the tablet I use for things, it's all mounted to the rack, so it's at a fixed height. So if I raise me up and the camera, all that stuff is going to stay at the same height. So I'm trying to figure out a way just to raise the camera up a little bit. Sydney, next thing you'll be doing is telling me she's a bird watcher too. So I'm trying to figure out a way to raise the camera up, but the problem is on long shows and rainy shows, I have a cover that goes over everything. So if I raise the camera up, it's going to hit the cover. So it's a lot. It seems really simple, just raise the camera up, but it's way more complicated than that. Ken, I've actually looked at that, mounting a jib to the front of the rack so it goes up. So that's a possibility. But I know this is going to sound weird when I say it, because I know every time I say it, it's weird for a guy who streams out of the back of his pickup truck with a giant red tarp sometimes covering his head, that I'm trying to be inconspicuous. I'm trying to keep a low profile. So adding a jib or a super tall structure, I don't want to bring too much attention to me from people who would from people who might not like what I'm doing. Now, have you guys seen Jerry's setup? Jerry Big Jet TV. So I went out and saw Jerry last year. I saw his truck up close, his van, and he had a platform on top with rails that he stood on, which is pretty cool. I noticed somebody, I think it was Ken actually. Ken sent me a picture, and Jerry actually added a second deck to the top of his van. So now his van is 3 stories. The problem with that is it wouldn't fit in my garage. That's also another thing I can't go too high, or else I won't be able to fit in my garage. So it's, I don't think I would make any permanent decisions until they finish the fence. So we'll see how that goes. They probably have another couple weeks on the fence, so.
Hawaiian 450 heavy table, ready to go practical. Hawaiian 450 heavy call. Ready for the 9. Did you get a slow restriction or fast? Restriction 789. 789, you need to maintain dashboard speed. 789.
Yeah, Big Star Oxband. I'm waiting for their. I'm waiting for them to announce the tickets for their grandstand seats to go on sale for the Blue Angels when they're here in August. They're also going to have the F-22 demo team here, so that'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, the last time I remember the Thunderbirds being here was over 10 years ago. They actually performed at Hickam. Where is that plane? There it is. Alright, so we got Zip Air making its way down for departure. I think we're going to call Zip Air our last plane of the day. We're not super up against it, but I don't see anything super exciting. And unless the fighters come back, we're not going to see any more fighters leave. So that's a lot to ask in 15 minutes. So we're probably just going to call Zip Air our last plane of the day. That is about to make a left off Alpha for Juliet, so we got a couple minutes before that. So just a reminder, tomorrow is supposed to be super rainy, so I don't know if we'll be able to get to do a show tomorrow. I'm going to make the decision tonight, and then because what I hate is I don't want to make it a last minute decision, because that means I have to get up super early to make that decision. So I'm going to make the decision tonight. If you see a show listed, that means we're going to do it. If you don't see a show listed, there'll be no show tomorrow. But we'll be back on Saturday. We're going to start out at the other end, the Mauka end of Lagoon Drive, and we're going to end up here on the Mackay end of Lagoon Drive to watch the A380 go in and out. And then we're going to skip Sunday, and then we'll be back on Monday and Tuesday of next week. So we're going to do quite a few shows to try to get as many of these fighters as we can, because I really like these F-15s. So we're going to try to, the Aloha, Century Aloha ends on the 17th, so we're going to try to do at least 4 more shows between now and then. So at least 4 more Century Aloha shows. Thanks, Brandon. We had two queens, I think. We had one to lead off the show, and then we had one arrive. I was hoping we'd catch the, there's supposed to be one at 9:35, but it's not lit up yet. And If it's not lit up, that means it's probably not going out to close to 10. Let's see, let's check on that's departure of that one.
Going 216 Hong crossing left at Juliet. Left at Juliet.
Yeah, there was one that was supposed to be at 8:52 to Sydney, but it's been pushed back till 9:56. And the Atlas Air that came in earlier was supposed to leave at 9:30, but it's not even lit up yet. So I'm guessing all those are going to be late, and I don't want to be late. So I think we're just going to end with, unless the Queen lights up before Zippy's gone. You never know. Alright, so don't forget about the Reverse Op shop. T-shirts, hats, hoodies, mugs, stickers, magnets. That's at reverseopshop.com. Don't forget about that. And if you want to financially help the channel, there's lots of ways to do that. You can find them all at reverseops.com/findme. Membership levels, PayPal. If you want to mail me a birthday cake, my address is on the website. So
Aussie 1150, Roger. Are they outbound from the same ramp or are they at the other side?
So reverseops.com/findme is a good way to find everything about the channel. This is our second ANA of the day here. Unfortunately, it's not an A380, it's a Dreamliner. So we're going to end the show with Dreamliner. And if you can't or just don't want to help out the show financially, you can always just hit that like button on your way out, subscribe, share, things like that. Those are all free ways to help out the channel. So I just heard them say Aussie, so let's see where that Aussie is. Hold on a second. We're not leaving quite yet. Don't go anywhere. I forgot about the 330. Can anybody see where that Aussie 330 is? Oh, okay. So he's so there. The Australian 330 is crossing 8 left. So we're gonna hang out for it. You guys should know by now. Oh, and the UPS is lit up. So okay, everybody get comfortable. We might be here a minute. All right. Oh, there's two of them out there. There's two Aussies coming. Yeah. Yeah. So there's two Australians coming. We are definitely in OT now. No meetings today, but I still have to be there. So the Queen might be out of the thing, but we're definitely going to catch these Aussies. I think the Queen, I don't know if the Queen's going to make it over here because it hasn't even pushed back. It just lit up. So the Queen, probably not, but definitely these two Australian ones coming.
contact cross 4 Delta 4 left at Delta minus a week. 4 right at Delta, 4 left line up in the way, 065. Tower Star 173, Lima Lima 1500, North 6 arrival. Air 3 Lima Lima Hong Tower with 05089, gust 1 stage, runway 4 right, clear to land. 4 right, clear to land, 173, Lima Lima.
All right, we do have a Hawaiian on the end of the runway about to start its roll. It's going off to Maui. There's the Australian we're waiting for.
Going 216 on departure flight, 120, wind 0508, runway 8 right, clear for takeoff in space.
Okay, heading 1 to the flight departure, 8 right, clear for takeoff, line 2.
Southwest 1655, hold short runway 4 left for landing traffic. Southwest 1655, will hold short of 4 left. Southwest 1655, thanks for taking.
Go.
Southwest 1655, turn left at Yankee, contact ground. Sorry, 065, 4 left at Delta, clear for takeoff. 4 left at Delta, clear for takeoff, 065. Aussie 486, heavy, runway 8 right, line up to wing. Runway 8 right, line up to wing. 486, Star 3 Lima Lima, runway 4 right, clear to land, after landing, hold short 8 left. 4 right, clear to land, hold short 8 left, 173 Lima Lima. November 2, turn November, turn right, Delta, contact ground. Right at Delta, contact ground, Kelly November. Heavy, Hong Tower with 04088, runway 8 left, clear to land, traffic, Imam Mountain to the crossing runway, caravan holding short for you. Now we're 8 right, clear to land, Point 216, contact departure, good day.
Departure, line 216, good day.
Aussie 4867, wind 04088, runway 8 right, clear for takeoff. 956, takeoff, 20 foot, Aussie 1.
Perfect, James. Hello, James. Thank you very much. James Hayes has issued a €10. Says good day from Melbourne. Patrick in the month. So we got a Aussie right here for you. Back to Melbourne. There we go. I don't know where he said there was 2, didn't he? I thought he said 2 crossing. I don't see a second one. But thank you very much, James. I really appreciate it. Ah, okay. I see what the never mind. I see what the second Aussie is. So we're gonna have more fighters. We're gonna have Australian F-18s come out. I don't know how many. I heard 1. So let's see. I don't see him yet. But where's my binoculars?
Delta, taxi to parking DHL 173 Lima, RB 1150, runway 8 right, clear for takeoff with 04010, and change the parking.
Alright, here we go. We're gonna have an Aussie F-18.
Point 95, Hong Tower, crossing way 7787, 3 mile final with 04098 left, clear to land, hold short 4 left, crossing traffic.
Oh, here he goes. Okay, let's see if I can. Unfortunately, I kind of lost them in the sun. Not the sun in the camera, the sun in my eye. So, but that was worth staying. That was well worth staying. So thanks again, James. I really appreciate it. Our good friend Stephen Billings, Air Godzilla, celebrating 9 months at the 717 level. Thank you very much. Says smiley face, Shaka, or not, it's not a Shaka, rock, woohoo. Thank you very much, Stephen. Thanks for being on board. And then we have our good friend Lima Papa 23. Let's go Mets. Gifted 5 reverse ops memberships. Thank you very much. That's extremely generous of you. Sorry, I can't see on this screen who has the recipients of that message, but please join me in thanking Lima Papa 23 and our good friend Robbie Wilkins is coming with a, was it a flying avocado? $10 flying avocado. Thank you very much. That's extremely generous of you. Thank you all for supporting the channel. Unfortunately, I don't think we can stay for the Queen. What time is it? 9:51. Alright, so I'll make a deal with you. If the Queen goes straight past Delta, we'll stay. If he turns right on Delta, there's not enough time. We'll have to go. But until then, I'm gonna play. So hang out through this video here. Hang out through this video. And we'll see if we're going to be able to catch the Queen. Because if it goes right on Delta, it takes too long to get over here. If it goes straight past Delta, then we're going to get a better shot of it. So this list is current as of yesterday. So if you became a member today, you'll see your name in the thing most likely on Saturday if I get off my lazy butt and do it. But I'd like to thank all my channel members. Thank you very much. You guys really helped me get out here and do this, because without you it would be very cost prohibitive, and I want to thank everyone for giving your hard-earned money to help me out here so I can bring this stuff to you, because we really do get some fairly awesome stuff out here, and it's wonderful to be able to share it with all of you guys. Alright. I'd definitely like to thank my reverse ops mods, the world's most dangerous mod crew: Kirsten, Ms. Wolves, Rainbow Love, Sydney, Brad, Josh, and O'Malley. They give so much of their time to help us out here, keep the chat civil, and keep me in line most of all. So thank you very much. So the Queen is not even moving yet, so I hate to do this. You know how much I love Queens, and but we are coming up on 9:55 here local time, and I really got to get to work. So I do apologize. We'll catch up on Saturday. Hopefully we'll see some Queens on Saturday. Hopefully we will get some Queens, get some clear weather and do this all again tomorrow. But keep those notifications on. But I really got to get to work. Yeah, it's my ranking system, Kirsten. You're back in good graces.
GPS 34 heavy, Hollow Tower, cross runway 4 right and left at Delta, taxi via Bravo Juliet 8 right.
Ah, local boy 808's here. Oh, so funny story. Before I get out of here, local boy 808 sits behind me at the Rainbow Games. He sent me an email yesterday. He sits behind me at the Rainbow Games. So next Rainbow Game, we'll have to. Okay, it did turn right on Delta anyway, so it's going to take forever to get over here because it has to go all the way down Bravo and over. So, all right, so we will be back tomorrow, weather permitting, but definitely. But definitely we'll be back on Saturday. Have a great rest of your Thursday or Friday or wherever you're at in the world. Be happy, be healthy, be good to each other. I had a great time. Let's try this again sometime. Ooh. Oh, my video ended. That's why I freaked out for a second there. I freaked out for a second there. The video ended. I was like, ah. All right. Be happy, be good to each other. Aloha, everyone.